Hey guys, it's Mike. I'm going to be covering Ash versus Evil Dead, episode 3. Where's episode 2? We made the decision that we were just not going to bother with the show. But then, holy shit, I, I, it was awesome. So it starts just epic as shit. Just that red charger just tearing ass down the country road. And turns out that it's Lucy Lawless behind the wheel. So she's following them across country trying to get to Ash. So she pulls up to, was it Kelly's house from the last episode? And she pretty much automatically gets into a fight with Kelly's dad, which called it. That's something that I would have mentioned last episode had we reviewed it. That I was like, why didn't they cut off the dad's head? Don't you think that being that the mom had at least even a slight run in with him and the fact that he's dead, that maybe you should cut his head off just in case? You know, you could say, oh, well, maybe Ash didn't want to upset Kelly. Well, you know, I know most girls tend to have a real big thing for their moms, and Ash cut off her mom's head slowly with a chainsaw right in front of her. I think if Kelly could bounce back from that, she could bounce back from seeing some other shit. You know what I mean? I'd have cut that motherfucker's head off quick. Anyway, so they didn't cut his head off. Lo and behold, Lucy Lawless walks up, walks past the graves. Motherfucker jumps out and starts taunting her. And she's just like the female Ash, of course. And she is just pretty fucking ass kicking. And she's just like takes that shit and like, I mean, the Deadites like have cute little quips and shit like that. And she's just sending them right back. Awesomest part. So she picks the motherfucker up, right? And she slams him down on one of the crosses, right? And blood fucking coming out and shit. Anyway, so he's still taunting because, I mean, they're Deadites. I mean, you can't really fuck them up too much. Anyway, so then this shit is really cool. So she pulls out this, like magical dagger, which, holy shit, is it the Kandarian dagger? I didn't even notice. Holy shit, I gotta go back and watch the episode. Holy shit. But anyway, if it's not the Kandarian dagger, it's like Kandarian dagger. Oh, but see that no, that's not necessarily true because that dagger, specifically that one from the Evil Dead movies, was known to like it wasn't known to be able to fuck motherfuckers up, which this one does. Like holy shit. Like she pulls it out and the guy already starts getting scared. He's like, anyway, so she takes it and like, I mean, it cuts away before it like finishes or whatever, but she fucking Otis's Devil's Rejects. Like it looks like she goes to cut the motherfucker's face off, which that would actually kind of make sense if she like collects faces, which is a fucking badass character trait. Plus, that would work in later, if Kelly like saw her father's like filleted face off, that would create some drama between those two. So, boom, called that one too. Anyway, so it looks like she's about to do it. But anyway, what's really cool is that it's the first time we've seen like Deadite torture and shit like that. Like this episode is really stepping shit up, and I couldn't be fucking happier. Like this is gonna be real cool when Xena versus Evil Dead starts to really kick into gear. You know what I mean? Like I figure because this is 10 episodes and episode 5 always, we talk about this in Killer Theories, episode 5 structure wise is reintegrates the show or whatever. So I'll get into a little bit more about that later, but Xena, I figure, will become a big part of the show in episode 5 and then will be a substantial part of 5 through 10. Anyway, so um, I'm going to try and stay again episode specific, but I do want to get to what that should mean for future episodes and stuff later. So anyway, they basically, well, what the hell? I mean, they go to the bookstore and shit gets fucking wild. And really, you saw the episode yourself. You know what I'm talking about. That shit was fucking awesome, funny, scare. There was a little bit low on the scare quota, but there was some really cool stuff that reminded me of like Return of the Living Dead, which is, if not my favorite, one of my top 3 favorite horror comedies with like the little things in the glass jars like coming alive, like a little skinned lamb, I think it was. Anyway, So that stuff was all really cool. But like I said, we already saw it, and it's all good. So yeah, I guess that would bring me to getting into what I'm going to call the Kelly book theory. So what this is basically Kelly comes up behind the motherfucker, hits him, the pale man looking demon. Awesome. Anyway, so she comes up behind it, hits it with the Book of the Dead. Something happens. She gets thrown against the wall. The thing is gone. Now, okay, I'm pretty sure that that shit ain't true. It's like that all it takes to get rid of one of these demons, and you can't shoot him in the head, nothing like that, but you can hit him with the Book of the Dead, and that gets rid of them, or at least like sucks them back into the book. Now let's get into the visual representation of that. Okay, so she hits him with the book, bursts into black smoke. The book falls to the ground. We see this light disappear into the book's mouth or whatever, supposed to be the demon's soul entity going back into the book. Bullshit. A bullshit, and I'm calling it right now. This is what happened. Book hits the ground. Why would a demon have like light spirit? Nope. This is what happened. Kelly hits him. Kelly's spirit is the one who's now trapped in the book, and they'll have to get her soul out. Kelly gets thrown against the wall. Black smoke, of course, whatever. But when it cuts back to her when she's first getting up, there's still black smoke. Watch it, and it like up in her nose and shit like that. So I'm calling it right now that Kelly is possessed by that like emotional demon. And what the fuck was that shit that it was like doing to Ash and Pablo's head and disconnecting stuff? Like that should be really interesting. I figure it's going to be kind of like Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, where it's like basically that thing just took away Bruce Campbell's mojo, you know? But again, we'll see. I don't know. Whatever. Still pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, Kelly's possessed by this emotional demon, is what I'll just call it for right now. That's going to be a thing in the next episode, and having to get her soul out of the book. Oop, called it. Anyway, so one thing I wanted to say in kind of a review of the season thus far, what I'm really liking is that the Evil Dead movies, other than Army of Darkness kind of doesn't fit this, but the first two, of course, obviously do, is they take a very, very simple story and then just have fun as hell within the simple story, and specifically, actually, was just one location. What the show seems to be doing, at least after the first episode, in the last two, is the last one was Kelly's parents' farmhouse. This one was the bookstore. Like, once they get to their locations, they don't tend to leave. So it's pulling the Evil Dead story structure of like just putting people inside one environment and having them deal with shit. I guess the first one kind of was like the trailer, but it moved around a lot. This one basically stays in the bookstore like the last one stayed in the house. And it is fucking awesome, and it totally works because I mean, we don't need a huge story, but it is ongoing. So what they do, and it's genius, is they give us little half-hour Evil Dead movies, but just one after the other. And this is fucking genius. And like I said, I can't wait until Lucy Lawless becomes a bigger part, because this cop, I can't remember her name. Does she even have a name? I don't know. If she's not possessed by some kind of evil, and that's going to be like a big thing that we find out, because as we found out from the dad in this episode, you can be possessed by being fucked with by a deadite demon. Anyway, so if that turns out to not be her thing, she's still fairly useless. Like, I really did not appreciate how her only function in this episode was to just be a fucking pain in the ass and ruin everything for Ash and everybody else. But we'll see. Maybe she's actually going somewhere. But I think Lucy Lawless is going to play the role that you think she's supposed to play. Whatever. Who the fuck knows? But it ain't adding up with that one character. That's one of the few things I would have to say about this show in a negative light. Someone needs to figure that character out, or they're just setting her up to be a bad guy. Anyway, so upcoming episodes is what I want to get into next, and that will actually have to be a separate thing. I got to shut this down real quick. Okay, what I'm going to get into now, basically try and wrap this up a little bit, is what I think's upcoming in the show, like where the show's heading, stuff like that. There's a mixture of just basically fanboy wish list, is some of it, some stuff where I actually think that it technically is starting to go, and then just some fun little things. So basically we'll start with what I was talking about earlier, is that Xena is going to become a big part of the show and probably the second lead, however you want to say it, uh, episode 5 and on. So I think that has to do with the one chick is going to become more of a bad guy, and this could be really cool, and this could be leading to a lot of different stuff. This is my fanboy wish list, is that she might become like, she's like, how would the group function in, writing? So she will take on the Ash role of the group, of Kelly, who they'll cure of the whole emotional demon possession next episode. So anyway, she'll take over the Ash role of Pablo and Kelly's like leader or whatever. And Ash, this is what I think is going to happen to Ash. I mean, I can't say that I think this is going to happen, but how fucking cool would it be if this happened? Is, as E-Car, one of our YouTube subscribers, pointed out, they don't own the rights to Army of Darkness. That's Universal, so that's why things like Boomstick aren't in there and other stuff, and why he never mentions anything that happened then, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so Army of Darkness basically hasn't happened in this world, give or take, but I'm thinking, how cool would it be if they're like, we're retaking this motherfucker? So what I'm thinking will happen is, how cool would it be if we got Evil Ash back, but in a different, way? So I'm thinking that Ash will, like, if not split like he did in Army of Darkness and create Evil Ash, he'll become like Evil Ash, And I think how this might happen, and it would be very cool, would be that, and I've seen this on a poster, and I'm so excited, it better be going this way, is that his hand will come back and be an adversary. I am more excited about that than I ever fucking knew that I would be. Makes sense. In Evil Dead 2, the last time we see the hand is where he shoots the shotgun and all of that blood just keeps coming out of the wall. That does not mean that the hand got destroyed. Where the fuck did the hand go? It didn't show up in Army of Darkness. So his hand is still fucking around out there in the woods and shit like that. He's going to come back, going to cause some shit. Evil Ash hopefully shows up in this motherfucker too. And then I'm going to get to the last little bit where you know where I'm heading. And if this is where the show is going in its last episode, I will be happy as fuck. Write that shit down. This is what I think. So, as it turns out, Xena, Lucy Lawless, she said this in an interview. Usually I don't really want to spoil too much for anybody, so this is a mild spoiler. Just fast forward about a minute or so. So she said in an interview that she confirmed this, she plays Professor Nobi. I don't even know how to say his name. I don't remember if it's ever said in Evil Dead 2. But Professor Nobi's daughter, which in Evil Dead 2 and all the other ones, he's the one who's like on the tape recorder, like, Kandar and Demon. And his wife Henrietta is the one who was down in the fruit cellar. So she plays the daughter of those people. Anyway, which also means that she plays the sister of Annie from part 2. Anyway, so that's why she's after her. That's why she has all this stuff. That's why she understands what's going on. That's who she plays. Now, what I'm hoping this also tends to mean is that she'll know about the cabin. So, as Ash goes a little bit evil and probably gets all of his shit back by episode 9, by episode 10, where the big rumble will take place, will be in the cabin. How fucking cool would that be? Please, God, tell me that that's where this is heading. That also reminds me that after the rumble in the cabin, what I'm hoping happens, yep, exactly, is that all survivors get sucked through the portal, all fall into the desert or whatever, and get surrounded by knights, and season 2 will be Ash versus Army of Darkness. Now, again, I don't know if they will be able to get the rights. Maybe that's why they confirmed season 2, is they finally settled the rights issue with Universal, so they can call it Ash versus Army of Darkness. But if they don't, they could call it what they almost called the movie, which is Ash versus Medieval Dead. Get it? I could deal with it. Anyway, and that would be really cool if that's where it's heading, and then we can get all of our medieval stuff and all that can work back into the iconography or whatever, and maybe they'll have to go back and rescue Ash. Anyway, whatever. That would be so badass. Please tell me that that's where this show is going. Please let me know. Comment below, shit like that. If not, we need to start a fucking petition. Be like, rewrite the damn ending and make it this. I say, please, fucking God. Anyway, is there anything else I wanted to touch on? I don't believe so. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else really to touch on. Hopefully all this stuff happens. Hopefully I'm right about all these things. Not only do I like being right, but this would work out for fucking everybody because everything I just said is, all modesty, fucking awesome. So anyway, speaking of awesome, I'm going to hit pause real quick and I'm going to go grab and show to you guys, showcase some of my nerd Evil Dead shit. Be right back. Oh shit, I'm back. Okay, and go figure. I got shit I gotta do, so I gotta make this quick. So, this is my prize shit. Like, I love this fucking shit. Boom. So, here's one. I wish this was all high def because, I mean, shit. You can't get the full effect of how, like, I love all the little, like, nicks and fucked up shit about a VHS. This one's actually not that bad because this one, as you can already tell, is not like any kind of, like, it's not the original or anything like that box. What are you gonna do? This was like 1998, so yeah, this is definitely and then kind of new, but still, gotta love my Evil Dead on VHS. Anyway, so haha, got Evil Dead 2 on VHS. This one is more the original shit right there. You know, gotta love it. What is it? The ultimate kiss your nerves goodbye. The ultimate experiencing grueling terror. I love this kind of shit. This one has a lot of the. Actually, I've kept this one kind of nice too. That sucks. I need to like let a fucking kid play with my VHS. They're too nice. They look like. Why the fuck do I even have? There's a little bit of whatever here. But anyway, yes, love Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2. This was the first horror movie. Like I said, I had seen some horror movies. Blah blah blah. But Evil Dead 2 is the first one that I watched, and I was like, holy shit, I'm going right back to the video store, and I'm renting everything on the shelf, and I haven't stopped since. Love this fucking movie. And I'll go into maybe these in my whole VHS collection. I got a lot of shit later when I have more time and maybe a better camera to do this in. And then, of course, boom, Army of Darkness. Again, original, but still, it's all about that. The original box. As you can see, got this motherfucker from Blockbuster. I kind of don't like that this stuff is on here. I mean, it's really cool sometimes when I get VHS and it has like the old rental stickers and stuff, but this just still feels too new. Maybe it'll have like some cool nostalgic value later in life, but right now I'm kind of like, I don't like that shit's on there. But anyway, this one's a little bit more fucked up, as you can see. Again, remember what I said earlier, made by why they don't own the rights. Universal. See? Yeah, that's why you don't see any of this shit, boomstick, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, very cool. How much did I pay for it? $3.99. I used to work at Blockbuster, so I probably stole this motherfucker. I'm joking, I didn't steal anything, but still. $3.99 from Blockbuster. 7 whatever 06. Anyway, still very cool. And which, I mean, not that I have to, but trust me, all of these have the original. Actually, I was about to say bad taste in this tend to get mixed up. I don't know why. Those are the two VHS I actually watch the most, so go figure. So they tend to get messed up. And then Evil Dead. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys all that. I got to run off and do some stuff for Roomies. Make sure you watch that. The Halloween episode has just come out. That can be found Joe Blow Roomies. Just put that into YouTube or check our YouTube. I put links to it and stuff like that. And I just recently put up all the Spooky Empire stuff that I did. Check that out at arrowinthehead.com. Maybe I'll put some links to some of it. I put up videos, cosplay, all this kind of cool stuff. Anyway, like I said, I got to run off and do some stuff. It was awesome talking to you guys about Ash vs. Evil Dead. And I'll probably do this for the next episode too. And I might retroactively do episode 2. But anyway, I gotta run. I'll see you guys next time. This is Mike and Fright Flicks for Ash vs. Evil Dead. See you later, guys.